Limited from Apollo to the last time. Apollo no open up only go now like then your BP, then your sugar level. Then only out of an only freaking important and they may want to have a review of 5,000. They may go me up for over 5,000. I like that. No balance. I may go me on a I take one of them will use I paid their bill. It can make more than I sold my house, my property. Not people like that. Only in car go now. And the doctor was like, you have a last speech. Then we must have more from the I'll show you how much never listen. Before the time of please. Excuse.
Opiga, let them give a cooler and mic. Mic, audible.
All right, good. How are you, friends? Okay, I'm back again. This time around, there is a video I watched. I saw that video on YouTube and on Facebook about a PO. I think he was in Enugu or something like that, where he met some Nigerians that have some chronic conditions, terminal illnesses, kidney disease, and some of them said they have cancer. So they were soliciting for help, financial help. And this guy, there's one guy there, he's also a blogger on Facebook, Okulora. He was having a discussion with Peter Obi on the difficulties assessing medical assistance or medical treatment from hospitals because of lack of equipment of dialysis. And, they were having some serious conversations and, asking questions how they can mitigate against all this number of people there with this kidney disease. And then something that captures my attention, why I decided I'm going to respond to that particular video, is touching, and, it's not something that you have to wish even to your enemy to have a kidney disease. When you have a kidney disease, it's not something you can rush to the market and get. You have to look for a donor. You are fighting for your life. It's a life for survival. So you're looking for a donor who will be able to share a kidney with you.
Please. Because in the media, please give a long space.
Let me start by thanking God. Tito, Esime Benjelo. Because I'm just coming from Benin. Benjelo, burial of.
So that really touched me, and then but there is a particular comment on the video that the guy said so he was asking him, how can we solve this issue of these people having medical? Some of them, talking from the background from in the medical field. Okay, I can advise from what I see there. I have another page on Facebook, YouTube that deals. I have another page, Facebook, YouTube, and deal on health issues, also chronic conditions. So I have another page that I also advise people on health issues diabetes, cholesterol, high blood pressure, all this long-term chronic illness, all these terminal illnesses. So at least I have the experience coming from the background of medical field. So, but there's, Peter was asking him, I said, there's a particular statement that touches me that Peter was asking him, what can we do to solve this issue? Since the states, when I say state, I'm not meaning a particular state, I'm meaning Nigeria has failed their citizens of not providing adequate medical facility to cater for people that are fighting for, they need this dialysis or kidney disease. And he says, I think they have about 10 or something dialysis center, and then how much they pay per each visit, about 60-something thousand per each visit. But the question he was asking, the guy was saying, it's not about going to seek medical assistance or medical treatment. It's how to solve this issue, people dying of that kidney disease or having this kidney. How can we reduce having number of people having this issue of kidney disease? Now, I said, okay, I'm going to give you guys just advice on that particular area. When it comes to kidney disease, all right, one thing before I go to the medical advice that I'm going to give, on the remedies, the causes, the remedies, and how to solve this. One thing I found with our Nigerian people or Africans is that they don't go to hospital. The only time you can see an African or a Nigerian in particular go to see a doctor is when they are sick. Then they go and see a doctor. And by the time they get to see a doctor, it might be too late. Nigerians or Africans are not used to going, whether if you are healthy, you still make time to go and see, we call it preventive measures, okay, than curative measures. I'm going to give you as an example. In North America here, we practice preventive measures instead of curative measures. What I mean by preventive measures? In North America here, you don't wait when you are sick to go and see a doctor. There's something they call annual checkup or biannual checkup. You go and see your doctor, say for instance, every 1st or 5th of January of a year. You go with your family or yourself, go and see your medical doctor to run a medical checkup. So if there's any underlying illnesses they discover or something wrong, they'll start treating it in time before it progresses to a serious stage. Because the earlier you caught an illness, a condition, you still have several opportunity options in terms of treatment and saving your life. So that is why in North America, we practice preventive measures than curative measures. Curative measures is what Africa practice. African people only go to see a doctor when they are sick. And by the time they get to the sick, maybe they have gone to a serious state that they don't have much options to save their life. So we have to try to teach Nigerians, Africans, do not only go to see a doctor when you are sick. Make it every 5th of January. You can go twice a year, every 6 months, or once in a year. Go and see a doctor, run a medical checkup. Spend that money. They run a full medical checkup on you and make sure everything is okay. If you're lucky and they detect an illness, at least you detect it in early stage. In early stage, you have several options to treat it, to stop the progression, or to cure it permanently. Okay? But if you go and report to a doctor when it didn't have progressed from stage 1 to stage 3 or stage 4, it's already too late. You only have limited options. So now you are battling between life and death. So to answer that particular question, when he was saying he wants to reduce the number of kidney patients, how you're going to reduce the number of kidney patients in Nigeria, or what you're going to do is to educate the people, those ones now that are healthy, to make it a habit to go and see a doctor when they are sick, when they are not sick. Every year, select a particular day in a year, once in a year or every 6 months, to go and do full medical checkup. So most of these people here now, I could see one of them has a bloated abdomen. That is on stage 5, because when you have a swollen stomach, there's fluid retention. Your kidneys are not filtrating again, so your body is building fluid. So the kidneys are already gone. So what happens is that you start accumulating fluid in your stomach, your ankles, your legs are swollen up, your stomach as well, because your kidneys are no more functioning. The filtration has gone down. There are stages of kidneys. There are different stages. It's up to 5 stages of kidney problem. When it crosses to stage 3, then it becomes a problem. Stage 4, stage 5 is the end stage of life. All right? So to answer that particular question is educate people that do not only go to see a doctor when you are sick. Make it a point of duty to go and see a doctor for medical checkup every year, so that if there's any illness detected early, you have several options to treat it, to stop the progression, or to cure it. That gives you time. You have options. Okay? So that is one way. Then the other things again that I'm going to say is that when it comes to second thing again is about symptoms. One thing again I noticed about Africans is that when they notice a symptom, they tend to ignore those symptoms. A minute symptoms do not ignore a minute symptom. Even if it's a slight headache, never ignore it. When you have a slight headache, note the date and the time of that symptom. Sometimes symptoms go and come back. You might have a slight headache, for a few minutes it disappears and return back in a few hours or a couple of days. So when you notice a headache now that disappears and will come back again, then know it's a symptom of something. You have to take it seriously to go and see a doctor to find out why you are having on and off headache. It comes and go, because by the time it comes in a little, that's minute pain of headache, and you keep ignoring it, you keep progressing, then the headache is going to come from small, and then you start feeling the pain as it progresses from stage 1 to stage 2. So you have to understand symptoms is telling you that something is wrong with your system. Do not ignore every symptom that comes. Once you notice the symptom, note the date and time and monitor for the next 7 days. And if that symptom keeps repeating itself, then stop self-medication and go and see a doctor. That's one thing I noticed about Nigerians. Nigerians like to self-medicate to death. Nigerians especially like to self-medicate. You will see a lot of Nigerians will tell you all kinds of medications. Instead of them to go and see a doctor, they keep self-medicating until it becomes so serious. By the time they get to the hospital, it's already too late. So these are some of the problems I'm noticing about Africa and Nigerians in general. We like to self-medicate to death. We don't like to go and see a doctor right from day one to find out what is wrong with us and start treatment. Because you must have some underlying illnesses in our body. Okay? You might have some underlying illnesses that are there dormant that are not disturbing you. And that is why you have to go in and do annual checkup. Okay? Sometimes you might be lucky they detect something in your system, and then the doctor is going to now start treatment. Or, to make sure that that thing doesn't go to major, from minor to major. Now, let me come back to the kidney issue. Okay? Now, when it comes to the kidney issue, kidney, you have to go and see a nephrologist. A nephrologist is a specialist in kidney disease. Now, when it comes to kidney disease, most kidney disease doesn't have symptoms. You might have a kidney problem for months and years without knowing that you have a kidney problem until it has gone to stage 3, stage 4, you start noticing some pains and changes in your body. But in the early stages of kidney, there are no symptoms. Kidney has only one visible symptoms to know that something is wrong with your kidney. You only have one visible symptom that you can notice that something is wrong. And that symptom, most people tend to ignore it. That symptoms, most people tend to ignore that symptom. When it comes to kidney disease, you have a kidney disease, there are levels of kidney disease. It could be chronic, it could be minor, but the specialist you have to see is a nephrologist. Your regular doctor have to refer to a nephrologist. It's not something a family doctor have to treat. If you want to get a good medical treatment regarding your kidney issues, they have to refer you to a nephrologist. Okay? A nephrologist is well trained in the area for kidney disease. They are special. That's why they call them specialists. They are different from a regular family doctor. And that's one thing, again, I noticed with family doctors in Nigeria. You see a family doctor, instead of them to refer you to a specialist, they want to treat the whole disease. No. In North America here, when your illness becomes major, your family doctor is going to refer you to a specialist to take over. And then advise your family doctor what they are treating you. So there's something we call division of labor when it comes to medical practice. In Africa or Nigeria, you see one doctor is going to do everything. Instead of them referring to a specialist, hands off and refer to a specialist to take over, they want to do everything, and then you are endangering your life. So that is another problem. Now, when it comes to kidney has no symptoms, except when it gets to stage 3, stage 4, stage 5. You start noticing some pain. But in the early stages, generally, kidney does not have symptoms. You might have it for a number of months and years without noticing, until there's a deterioration in your kidney function. The filtration is below 30, getting to 15, then there's a problem. Okay? Now, if this symptom, most people tend to ignore it. Now, what is that symptom? Foamy urine. Anytime you are passing urine and your urine is foamy, it's a problem. It's a symptom that something is wrong with your kidney. Protein is now penetrating into your kidney. There shouldn't be any protein leaking into the kidneys. So anytime you are passing a urine and you see your urine foamy, do not ignore it. Go and see a doctor immediately to start checking what is wrong with your kidney. That is one visible symptom of kidney disease. So anytime you are passing a urine and it is foamy, do not ignore it. It means something is wrong with your kidney. So that is that symptom that everybody say, oh, it's just a normal thing. No. That is the one visible symptom of kidney disease, is when your urine, you are peeing and it starts forming foamy. Then that tells you that your kidney is having issues. There's a leakage of protein entering your kidney. Okay, or sometimes there's a blood leakage also found in your urine. Now, if you notice that, please go and see your doctor to start treatment. That's an early stage of your kidney disease, kidney problem. And then they are going to keep monitoring your kidney filtrations every time. So when you notice that your urines are foamy, and you are in a good hand medical doctor, a specialist, he's going to put you on a plan, put you on observations. From time to time, you have to come back and do some blood work and do some urine tests to make sure that your kidney filtrations still normal. If it's functioning above 60, once your kidney function below 60, it becomes a problem. Your kidney, for you to have a steady kidney function, it must be above 60. If your kidney numbers is below 60, then there's a problem. Below 30, major problem. Below 15, you need a kidney transplant. So most of the people I saw in that video, they are in a stage 3 of the kidney problems. Okay? Now, so you guys have to, anybody who's going to watch this video should let him know there's going to be a lot of education and people going to do a medical checkup every year to make, even though they are not sick, to make sure they are okay. So if there's any illness they caught in time, they'll be able to have many options to treat it. So had it been most of these people are going to see a doctor in the early stages, some of them will have found out that their kidneys are failing them, is functioning below 60. Because your kidney cannot just all of a sudden just having issues. It must have given you some signs. Are you ignoring those signs? Okay, as I said, your kidney function must be functioning above 60. If it is below 60, you have a problem. So had it been you are going to see a doctor every time, and they're going to check your kidneys, check your liver, make sure everything is working, and they notice that it's dropping below 60, your doctor is going to advise you there's a problem with your kidney, and then they start putting you on observation, on treatment, on how to stop the progression, okay, to protect your kidneys and start treatment. But most of you, by the time you get to the doctor, it's already below 30. Once it's below 15, you need a kidney transplant. Below 30, okay, it's dangerous. Your kidneys are failing you. Okay, so that is why when I saw that video, I said, okay, I'm going to do a video to give a little advice and opinion on that particular situation. Dialysis is very expensive. Okay, yes, dialysis, not all of them can afford dialysis. What they need is a kidney transplant. For now, most of those who I see there, at least I can count about 10 serious patients with a kidney failure. They need a kidney transplant. For how long are you going to put them on dialysis? What he should be looking for is isolate those who that are in a stage 4, stage 5 kidney issues that need kidney transplant and start looking, soliciting for kidney transplant. That is the only way to save their life. I can count in that video 10 when I said they need kidney transplant because I could see the symptoms. It's in stage 4, 5, end stage. Okay? So those who need a kidney transplant, not to put them on dialysis. Dialysis cannot do anything. So what he or she should be soliciting for those particular individuals that is in that end stage is for donor, kidney donor, who are going to donate kidney. That's the only way to save their life. Dialysis is just keep them going until they pass on. What those people need that I counted in that video is kidney transplant. What is we soliciting are which Nigerian can donate kidney for them to go on that operation. Okay, so dialysis is for those in the early stages that have stage 1, stage 2, that have more time. But those that I've seen there that are in a critical state, like that one that has a swollen stomach, that person is in the end stage. What he or she need now is a kidney transplant to save his life, not a dialysis. It's already too late. So when I was listening to those interviews, he's mixing everything together. In those people there, I have to categorize them into the 3 different stages. There are people that are in the early stages of their kidney. Those who can need a dialysis to keep them going while looking for, soliciting for kidney transplant. On stage 2, there are people that I see that on stage 2, okay, that are not all that serious. But you could see that their health is deteriorating, okay. Those ones also need dialysis, but they need urgent care and medication. Then the third one are those that you could see that they are in their final stages. Those ones don't need dialysis. You put them on dialysis, but they need urgent kidney transplant to keep them alive. Okay, because the kidneys are not functioning, the filtration is down, it's below 15. So what they need now is kidney transplant. So if whatever money you raise to give them, whether you raise 20 million, 100 million, for how many? 500 people, and each dialysis 60 something thousand naira. That money is going to, within a month, that money is going to finish. And within a month, you see almost 20 of you would have passed on. There are people there that need urgent kidney attention, kidney transplant. He should be soliciting for, begging Nigerians who can donate kidney. You know, Nigeria believe, most Nigerians don't, when it comes to donation of parts, they have this kind of fictitious belief. All right? So those people need kidney transplant urgency. And there are people that need dialysis to keep them because they still have options. Okay? Now, the other thing I'm going to advise again is that lifestyle matters also. Lifestyle matters. Kidney issues have to depend on your lifestyle. The kind of lifestyle, dieting, things you eat also matters. Okay, if you're too alcoholic, you're an alcoholic drinker, you know, those things damage your kidney. Salt intake damage your kidney, even if you're going to be hypertensive. But dieting, eating properly also helps to give you a healthy kidney. But if you're the type that diet badly, you don't care whatever you eat, whatever you drink, those things damage kidneys. And also there's some medication also damage kidneys. That is why I always advise all patients that make sure if you are going to buy over-the-counter medications and you're already on the prescribed medications, make sure before you start using over-the-counter medications to consult your doctor and seek an advice. Can I take these medications over-the-counter because I'm already on a prescription drug? But in Africa and Nigeria, doctor is going to prescribe the medications and you go and buy over-the-counter drug and you mix them up. So there's an interaction between those drugs. Those can have an impact in your kidneys. As again, if you are on a prescription drug, you can be on a herbal drug. Okay, so there is some side effect in medication that can also help to damage your kidneys. So dieting probably helps your kidney. Dieting poorly also damages your kidney. Okay, that is properly, and also you have to be active. So most people are not active. They don't exercise. They just live their life the way it goes. So that is when I see that video and I was touched. Yes, you need dialysis. You don't have too much. You don't have enough equipment for dialysis to treat the patient there. But dialysis is not only the core of the issue of what I saw on that video as somebody who is in a medical field. There are some people in that video that need urgent care. When I say urgent care, they need transplant, kidney transplant. You should also concentrate to find donors who can donate kidney while they are still looking for dialysis. And there are people who are in their early stages of kidney issues. Those ones can be on dialysis. They still have time. But the people that need urgent care are those that need kidney transplants. The children, the women and the children there that I have seen, that I could see some children there that are looking, malnourished. You could see them, their stomach is being protruding out. Those children need urgent care first than adult. So you have to know where your priorities are in those people there. The priority of those who are there are not the same. Each person, they have a peculiar problem. So you have to divide the priority, attend to them according to their priorities. The people that need urgent, that have the highest priorities that I've seen in that video are those ones that need kidney transplant. Okay, those ones need the highest priorities, and then the children that I saw in that video. Those that are just newly diagnosed patient on kidney, those ones that are in the early stages of kidney issues, they can be on dialysis while waiting for kidney donor. So you got to know which are your priorities and know how to seek for assistance. If Peter will give you 100 million now, within 1 month that money is going to finish. You say it's about 500 people there. Okay, 60 something thousand times, the money is going to finish. And at the end of the day, you're not going to even save enough life. The way you can maximize to say, you know what, I was able to save some lives there is for soliciting for kidney donors. If you can open an NGO, register and let government know that you are looking for donors. There might be people who have two, because you have each individual have 2 kidneys. Somebody can donate 1 kidney to another. So, and again, on your kidney, again, it depends on the level of damage. Okay, it depends on the level of the damage again. So, if both kidneys are damaged, then it means you need 2 kidneys. But you can survive with 1 kidney. So, priorities matters a lot. You have to look among those people there and know those that need urgent attention. Seek help for them. It is not all about dialysis. Okay, there are people in that vicinity that I saw in that video that need urgent care. They need kidney transplant. And again, I would advise, look for a nephrologist. A nephrologist is specialized in kidney disease. Family doctor, general practice are not specialists. Okay? So look for a specialist who specializes, they call them nephrologists. They are special in area of kidney. When they treat you, you stand more chances of extension of life if it is not too late, or having your issue resolved, at least give you time. A family doctor that's a family practice is not a specialist in the area. That's what they call general medicine. Okay? But a specialist is a specialist. Okay? So that is one thing I say I'm going to advise you guys on that particular video. He's trying. I give Okulora, what do you call him? He's trying. Appreciate his candid support. Humanity, humanity is in him, and whatever he's doing there, I really appreciate it. But this might just give support, my little advice to him that he need more than dialysis. Okay, he need more than dialysis. There are people in that particular area that need urgent care donors. So he should also be looking for donors who can donate kidneys and see if you can save even 1 or 2 lives there. And because donors are one thing, again, expensive payment for those donors, because you're going to cover the medical costs for both of them. And, so it involves a lot. But I do sympathize them, and I do wish them good luck and quick recovery. And then I'll keep following up to see how things are working out. So that is my little candid advice on that particular area. Okay, as I said, I have another page on YouTube that deals with health issues. Okay, so you guys can find more help in that area. I have a lot of videos on kidneys, liver. You guys can learn 1 or 2 things from there. All right, so kidney disease is a serious, it's a chronic condition. It's a long-term illness and should be taken seriously. All right, so my heart goes to all of you there, and I hope one way or the other, you guys are going to find the help, the cure that you need to live a normal life. So friends, please make sure that you share this video, let it get to him, and also if you have any question, feel free to send me your questions. And then if you want to get more information on these kidney issues, as I said, I have another page on health issues, okay, where I have a lot of videos, diabetics. You're going to learn a lot in that particular page. All right, so that's what I'm going to say. So thank you for watching, and then I hope we'll get a good news from that group of people there. All right, don't forget to subscribe, and then make sure this video is shared, and I'm going to like to read your comments. Bye-bye.